Hello, Caviar Dreamers.
Hi, Caviar Dreamers. Guess who it is? It's the Marge and the Lex.
And it's Wednesday again.
Yeah, it's Wednesday.
Ooh, another week has flown by.
Another week, and we are here.
We are, and this week we are joined by someone so inspirational, so fabulous and successful that has had multiple successes over and over again.
Yes, her name is Kym Gold. She started the True Religion brand. She had Bella Doll. She had another company, Baba Cool. I mean, the girl is unbelievable.
She has now pivoted and started an amazing company called Style Union Home also, which she launched only a month before COVID hit. And it has soared to a crazy success also, even through a pandemic.
Yes, through a pandemic. I mean, she's redoing homes. She's staging. She's a real powerhouse.
She really is. And she's great advice to give women. She wrote a book, The Gold Standard, which is how to rock the world and run an empire. So she really knows.
Yes. And I think you have to read it. And I learned a lot from it. It's unbelievable. Her husband, sent her divorce papers on freaking Valentine's Day. What a shithead.
Yeah, and crushed her professional and personal world in a day because they were business partners too.
Yeah, but that's okay. Because you know what? She made the comeback and she's doing unbelievable. And she's going to tell us about her amazing husband who she has now and how she's changed her life. And she's so successful raising her 3 amazing sons. And you know what? Strong women raise amazing men. Yeah. Super excited to hear all about it.
Embodies like the statement, the comeback is stronger than the setback.
Yes, she does. And she has some great advice to give us. Right now I'm feeding Bella. I just want you to know. So if you hear like a little chomping, it's not me eating. It's my dog eating apples. But, I'm obsessed with her. So just so you know. Okay, so here we go. Kym, I'm so excited to hear Kym. Hi, Kym.
Hi, Kym.
Hi, guys.
We're so, first of all, I'm so excited to have you on. I'm thrilled.
How fun is this? Thank you for having me. Seriously.
Thanks so much for coming on. When Lexi told me, I was like, oh my God, I can't believe we have Kym Gold on. This is so great. So it's just, you're such a powerhouse. You've had so many lives, right?
Yeah. I don't know if you know this, but I actually was married to Mark Burnett.
Oh, we know. We read it. We read, we do our research.
The unscripted guy who started this whole thing.
I know, the unscripted guy. Who knew? But I want to know all, everything about you, because then you started that amazing denim, True Religion jeans, it's like it was a lifestyle brand. Everybody was wearing it. So tell me how that got started with you. You started that with your ex-husband or you started it on your own?
So my ex-husband was a fabric salesperson. I had a couple companies prior to that. And he was he's really good in fabric. I will give kudos where it's deserved. But I'm the designer and I design for many other companies as well. And we just started it while I was raising 3 little boys who are my everything.
Yes.
And working 2 companies to support our family. So basically I was doing both and it took off really quickly. We started in Manhattan Beach at a place in El Segundo, and literally within a year of doing it, it took off. It became a public company very soon. I think it's timing. A lot of it is timing. A lot of it is there wasn't that space at that time. Like I wanted to bring denim to fashion, not just Denim Friday. Like I wanted that sexy girl to feel like, I'm wearing my denim and it's sexy. And really that's how it started. Like in New York, we had a couple different reps at the time. So in the beginning we had to change, but what happened was we decided to get 1 rep. And I have to tell you, this 1 rep, if you don't have a good rep, nothing's going to happen. You're only as good as your team. And I say that 100 million times a day.
Yes, I say it all the time.
All the time. Your home team, your friend team, your whatever team you have to support, especially raising 3 kids. It was crazy. 3 kids going to New York.
3 boys with a strong mom. Yeah.
Oh yeah. And so the trade shows at the time were really probably the most important thing for the intermezzo, coterie, and Project, and Magic.
Yeah, exactly. Those shows were so great. And now we don't have those shows. But when you were doing it, how long did you had True Religion for how long till your husband pulled his stunt?
Well, that's a really good question. 2001, like 8 years.
8 years you guys were married, growing this to this level of unbelievable that people can only dream of. I mean, you grew this huge company.
Yeah, it's incredible. And then we sold it based on, so when I left, they only continued to, I exited and I did really well and just, exited. They only stayed on, he changed it to more to be a men's brand. So my stuff, they didn't change women's for like 8 years. I would go back, I would consult, like who fucks up a company?
Exactly.
$500,000 cash rich, you are literally no debt, and you change the company. So when you take the designer out of the company, you lose the company. I mean,
it's true.
That's the way that it goes. I had come back a couple times to consult. Everybody they hired at that time was from the Gap. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, Gap is so not the True Religion look.
Yeah.
No, and they kept wanting me to come back. Ultimately, I just said, I don't want to come back. I have a partner of mine. We have the exclusive rights in the music festivals in the Middle East. A partner of mine, James, who built the Burj Khalifa, he says, I'm buying True Religion. I'm paying you millions of dollars to run it. We'll sell it again. And I said, no, you can't go backwards. It's too, I'm sorry. No, on to bigger and better things.
Yes. So what happened? Just because I read what happened, he filed for divorce on Valentine's Day.
Yes, fucker.
Wow.
And we had already been separated. He was living in another house in Malibu. I was living in my house. I was on my way to the office. He was getting in a private plane to go to Magic with all the boys, and I get served. It was so planned.
Yeah, so sick. Men are so sick. Some people, when it's business and money and, they just try and swipe everything out of something. So, and then did he try and swipe the company as well?
Well, I chose to divorce the company and him and got a global settlement.
Oh, good.
I just said, you're not going to fuck me. Seriously.
No.
It's not going to happen. No, mainly because I have proof. I did it for that particular design, is really mine. I have proof. You want to come after me, do everything? You're so stupid. I mean, I hate to talk badly because he's the father of my children, but if you're going to be that cruel, you have to speak up. Women have to speak up. I was treated really unfairly, and especially with an all-male board of directors, really treated really horribly.
I know. It's just, I know the feeling, and I think women do have to speak up. And I think we're probably the similar age group, or you might be a little younger than me, that, that would happen. And the garment center, because I'm from the garment center, it was very commonplace. Yeah. There was a lot of sexual harassment. We were used to like sexual harassment, but, it was all fun and games, and people could say whatever they want. And you're used to kind of putting up with nonsense, right, to get shit done.
Yeah. I mean, I am one of the largest shareholders of one of the largest denim companies in the world. And the whole board has so much, to be grateful for. They're going to be making a lot of money.
Yes.
So ultimately, I did get a lot of kudos from everybody. We got rid of the wrong person. We should have stayed you on. This is from Towerbrook, who actually bought the company. The board of directors finally came back and said, please, we need you. And then chose at that time, no, I'm not going to rescue you. You should have been there for me at the time. I'm not going forward. And I think that women who make those types of statements and do that mean, no, I'm not saving you. You weren't there for me.
Yes.
I'm not saving you. So
and that was very strong. That was very strong of you. So then you decided to pivot your career.
Always,
which is so important and so inspiring, I think, to a lot of young women and women just in general, because I think so many people get stuck, men and women, but especially women feel like, how old were you when this happened?
Okay, so I was about 42. I'm 54 now.
I'm 53, so we're the same.
So we're almost the same age. So from 2008, I started Cool. I bought a loft in Venice. I had a work-live space. That went really well. I had a couple stores. We had great distribution. I opened up a store, 5,000 square foot store in Fred Siegel's in Santa Monica, and chose to ultimately at that time sell that company because my mom, recently passed of breast cancer. I wanted to be with her. And my last son, my baby was going to college. So says, you know what? Let's take a pause. Let's take a pause. So took some time off, started producing documentaries and movies, got into that because this is how I see things. If you have a very specific business acumen and it's here and you have a good team, you can produce paper clips, houses, movies, pottery.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. I love your company. I was on your website earlier. It's so great. It's so beautiful.
The whole pet bowl thing is like massive for me right now. It's like everybody wants something, for their pets. So it's been really fun.
Yes, the pet bowls look fabulous.
Thank you. They're really fun. Really, really fun. So I've pivoted a lot, and people always say, well, you don't have to work. And I don't know what that means because I've never worked or started companies for money. It's just sort of because of
passion.
100%. Yeah.
I know. I think that's what's so important. And I always try and say that it's like, just like, especially on my show, everyone's like, well, she has to work. I go, I always wanted to work. And I always loved it. And I didn't, I didn't have to work. I always had full-time help. I had this, but it's my passion. I love doing something. I love being creative. And that's the whole point. And I think everybody doesn't want to just fucking sit home and go play tennis.
No, I'm not. Well, we can't now and go out and play tennis now anyway.
It's true. And women's identity isn't just always just being a mother and a wife. And we have creative passions and doing different things. And people have to realize that and not feel bad about it.
It's taken me a long time. Now that my kids are 23, 26, and 27, we're the best of friends. And I think you've done a good job when your kids want to come home and hang out with you. It's like so cool. And they have always told me, we were upset that you weren't home and this and that. Now, later in life, they want to marry a woman like me. They see how difficult it was. They see that there was never TVs on in the house when I was home. I was present when I was home, exhausted. I don't even know how I did it. I really don't, because I basically raised my kids on my own. But they see it now. And that is everything to me. I always felt guilty. I don't feel guilty anymore because when they come home, they ask me questions about their businesses and what they want to do and really want to understand how to pivot if they need to. And it's great. It's always a great conversation.
I do think that's so interesting because you know what? Young men, my son's 23 also. And it's true. It's like he wants to marry a strong woman also who has her own career. And I think that he's seen me do that. And it was so nice having him home during COVID. I was like, because he was working from home and he had flown home and, he doesn't live in the state. And it is so nice because and they're going to be great husbands because they see strong women and we've raised good young men. And that weren't, well, listen, I catered a little bit to my son, but I'm just saying the whole point is, but that they're successful. They see successful women and that they know what they want.
Somebody does have to say hi to you if that's okay.
Oh, of course. Of course. Look at me. I'm like,
is in love with you.
Oh, I love that. Oh, that makes me so happy.
And she loves you.
Oh, that's so cute. Hi. Hi. Look, who is this? Hi. What's your name?
Marge, I love you.
You're adorable. Who's this gorgeous woman?
I love you and Mark Sr.
Oh, thank you. I know Mark Sr.
And I
That's
know you
okay.
too. Hi,
Hi, you are so sweet. I didn't hear your name. I'm so sorry.
Gigi.
Gigi. Oh, that's a good name. Gigi's a good name.
You're amazing.
So are you guys like best? Are you
My
best friends?
favorite. And I can't stand Danielle.
Oh my God, Danielle just, I mean,
the worst.
is she, oh my God.
I've never liked her since season 1. She's the worst.
I felt sorry for her. That's what I was just telling Kym. Like me, I felt sorry for her. I met her. I was like, I'm going to fix her. I'm going to help her. And then I find out she like unfixable. Like I sent her to my real life therapist, Tamar Martin. I'm going to say it right now. She burns my therapist. Who burns the therapist?
My
like,
mom
doesn't pay the therapist.
Can't she financially burn the therapist?
Well, also just like said, at first she loved her, and then Tamar was like giving her solid advice, and she's like, I don't like what she said. I don't like what she said to me. She wasn't listening, just like immediately when you can't listen to the therapist. And I've been going this therapist fears. I was like, Danielle, you don't fucking say the therapist is like.
Okay, never mind.
Oh, it was so nice to meet you, Gigi. You're beautiful.
Nice
when
to
I come
meet
to
you.
California, when we could get on a plane and we're not like
Finally.
quarantined to New Jersey.
Come over. Okay, I'll leave you to it.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. That's so cute.
She's so cute. I said, you have to.
Do you guys work together? Is she like your Lexi?
So when I lived in Malibu, she lived in Orange County and wanted to move to Malibu. And so she stayed with me. I had great hair and makeup every day. Every day. I had great hair. And then I moved out of Malibu. Sorry?
You have great hair.
You do have great hair.
She takes care of it. Now she does every single celebrity in Malibu.
Oh,
So she comes when I need hair, but we're sisters. So she's
so
a big
good.
celebrity hairdresser.
All right, so Gigi, when I come out there, she'll have to do the Marge's hair. Because, my hair's short. I always have to wear hair pieces.
Marge does
She likes
this.
the pigtails. I know, I see you.
Marge does this.
Yeah, Marge does the
I love
pigtails.
piggies.
I always wore pigtails for years. Then everyone had like a meltdown when I got on the show. What brown woman wears pigtails? I was like, I didn't even know this was like, everybody gets upset about this nonsense.
So cute. I wear braids. So it's
I like that.
Yeah.
So tell me what it was like growing up, just totally separate. Because listen, you became a very strong woman. You were raised obviously by a strong mother, and you have 2 sisters, identical triplets.
Yeah.
I mean, to be, because obviously to become an individual with is not always the easiest, right?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Well, I think being that my mom was a therapist, she would spend individual time every week. The kid, one of us, 2 at home, 2 would go to school, and we would always alternate. And she never treated us like triplets, although we did commercials and stuff like that. But she always emphasized being an individual. And I think in most cases where people have multiple births, it's just 3 people, 6 people, 5 babies, whatever it is, just happen to be born on the same day. Sure, we share a lot of similarities, the same DNA, but that doesn't make you don't have to mold into them.
No.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. So for me, I had businesses from 18, and that was setting me apart. Because when you share your same, the bar mitzvah, the birthday.
Yes. Yes.
It's like, what can I have of my own? Really, of my own. And even though I have a lot of my own, I still want to share it with my sisters. So it's a constant ambivalent set of circumstances. So.
Now tell me, what do your sisters, are they in business as well, or none of them?
So yes, Tracy has a real estate business doing well, and Michelle was an acupuncturist and now well-known artist. But still, you want to help with, it could be financial, it could be people I know, it could be whatever that is, or if I'm selling a house, bringing them on to stage or to sell the house. It makes it difficult because we're sisters and we're working on our boundaries.
Yeah.
I feel like
boundaries are hard. I know. That's a hard thing, right? I get it.
Yeah, but we work on them constantly. And I think because we've sort of lived in each other's underwear for about 54 years now, it's a constant balance.
It is. So tell me what you're doing with homes now. Now you're building homes?
So I built my last home. I sold it about 6 months ago, building homes. What I've done now is started a whole style union home company out of my home in the middle of COVID.
Okay, great.
Congrats.
Well, I've been on Style Union. I've seen all the beautiful pottery, which is fabulous, and I love the chains and sick.
Yeah, I mean, I thank you. I run it like I run any other business. If it's clothing, building, it's just, it's clay. So I built it in my home. I mean, I have the kilns and the wheels. I have outside production potters. We're doing restaurants, hotels. I'm doing a lot of staging for people in Malibu's homes. And I started it because I couldn't find necessarily what I wanted when I was staging. So I wanted a cohesive brand that I didn't have to get from a lot of different vendors.
That's so smart.
Yeah. And also, it reminded me of my mom and making memories. Like all of her bowls have been passed down to all of us every Sunday night or Shabbat dinners or whatever. Those bowls hold a lot of memories, you know, and not knowing that COVID actually was happening. I started it like the month before it happened. It's just people are are at home now and wanting a new narrative. We're sitting at, you know, I mean, I grow all my own vegetables. I eat out of my home.
Wow, Jesus, you're amazing. I might have to marry you. I might have to marry. I'm like,
yeah. I mean, so what am I eating? What I'm growing on. So it's also very important to me. And that's what really prompted this company. I have to be passionate about it. Like I really have to be passionate about it, or I'm not interested. You know?
I know, that's so freaking impressive. I just
It
absolutely,
really
yeah, I absolutely love it. And you're a best-selling author.
I don't know if it's best-selling, but it's doing really well.
I'm calling it best-selling.
Yeah.
I'm calling the gold
You can
standard.
call it best-selling.
I mean, that's very impressive. The gold standard. I'll have to do I mean, that's great. Are you thinking of doing any other books?
I'm good. I'm actually in the process of doing a coffee table book, How to Zhuzh Houses. People. Really
I like that.
Yeah. They don't really know how to do a coffee table or an office. I am the most organized person you'll ever meet. And when you have organization through your kitchen, your pantry, your office, your room, whatever, laundry room, it's more efficient. And
I agree. But yes, I'm cleaning shit out. Marge Singer is the worst. We moved her to an apartment. I thought we got rid of stuff from her. She lives next door to Lexi.
Yeah, she has
a hoarder.
Marge Singer.
It's official.
You know what it is? Because she's a European immigrant. She's from Hungary.
Yes.
She left everything she ever owned behind as a child, you know, rode over the border on a bicycle. This woman cannot part with her. I'm like, Ma, you know, I'm just like, stop. I go over. She doesn't like me to come over because I still see she sneaks stuff in.
Oh my God. Well, my great-grandparents are Russian. They came from Kiev into Ellis Island. Sort of same situation. And when with my grandmother, great-grandmother, I was like, oh my God. So what I did was I just started, you want to keep shit? Let's keep shit. Let's put everything in these boxes, put labels, stack them up, put them over here so it doesn't look like you're a hoarder. You know,
yes, exactly. Marge Singer with her shoes is just like, but then she doesn't take them to the shoemaker to have them fixed. So like, then she'll just buy another pair. I'm like, what are you doing, you mental case? It drives me absolutely crazy.
I think it's part of her history. I mean,
it is.
When you don't have a lot and you come to a different country, it's very hard.
Wait, do you clean out your closet a lot? Do you purge the clothes?
Well, I have 2 sisters, you guys.
Yes.
It's over. You should see the closet. I even label the jeans, skinny, flare, you know, boyfriend, you know, everything is, so they'll go in and they'll go, are you done with the boyfriends? Are you done here? But it's like a store and they'll come in. I mean, you should see the shoes. I'll never get them back.
Oh my God. You should have Arc Digest do one of those, the Arc Digest tour your house. Open doors.
Yeah, my PR firm is working on that. I've got House, I've got, I think, Architectural Digest. We've got all of that. It took me time to because listen to this. So this house here, I did it, I built it, and I just finished redoing it for the 3rd time. It's like 8,500 square feet. I have some celebrities who want to buy it in cash, and I'm like, where do I go?
Oh my God, I know. It's just like, I know. Do you get attached to things? Are you attached to it, or are you like, who gives a shit?
No. If you can make $8 million, $9 million in a 4 to 5 year period.
No, I know.
You could do it again, my friend. You could do it again.
Exactly.
No, I was only attached to Malibu because I raised my kids there.
I get it. I get it. I know it's funny. Like I'm weirdly attached to this house.
Well, it's also so old. Like you don't often find a house that's 114 years old.
It has like a soul. So it's this weird thing. Like people have asked for us to buy it. And I'm like, no, that's okay. We finally started working on it. I guess if the right number came in, Joe was like, this is the worst house for us to renovate. Everything's fucked up. What is wrong with you? You know, and I'm just like
more foundational stuff. Are you just?
We're not have to do foundation. We're not knocking down walls. The rooms are big, but everything you do, like, because he's does all the HVAC and just like trying to get the air conditioner to go right. You know, it's also like 8,500 square feet, and he's just like,
that's a lot of zhuzhing.
It's a lot of zhuzhing. It's a lot of work. Listen, I did beautiful. You'll love it. The Missoni wallpaper. You know, I want it to look like a rock and roll.
I made a Missoni couch.
What'd you say?
I love Missoni. I made a Missoni couch.
Yes, I do too. I have them, but I'm recovering it now.
Yeah, and a fabulous
because I've had it for quite a few years in a different fabric from actually, her name's Kim.
Emma J.
Emma J. Shipley out of London. I'm gonna do something.
Oh yeah.
She's like very kooky.
Fabric.
You know what's really great is to always reupholster.
Yes, because I have an expensive big sofa.
I reupholster or paint.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Or wallpaper.
Yeah, I'm very big with wallpaper. But I said I want my house to look like a rock and roll hotel. Like this, my office is very girly and loud. But I said the rest of the house is very dark and sexy. Yeah, like I said, it looks like someone had a drug overdose, but maybe didn't die. I said,
I'm doing a rock and roll hotel in London, from where in Soho area, where everybody from like the Clash and Eric Clapton, and they're redoing the hotel.
Oh, I love it.
That's amazing.
Each room is very specific to who that artist was, and they're trying to bring that back. And having music, like studios within it, and it's going to be so much fun. Very rock and roll.
That sounds so great. Yes, I love that style. So I always feel like that's what I like. I mean, I feel like everyone else, I'm not insulting anybody on my show, but their style is very ornate and Italian, and that is not me. So, you know, it's funny. Like when I wore Pucci on the show, I got so many insults. Everyone's like, ew, what is that print? Who shot the couch? I was like, dude, it's fucking Pucci. I was like, you know, like I just feel like no one, sometimes people don't get me, but I'm so happy, you know, the people that do get me are amazing, like you and Gigi, and like the cool people get me, so I'm thrilled. I'm like,
totally, and that's the only people you need to be friends with.
Yes. Oh my God. So are you married again? Are you involved with anybody? Do you have a partner?
Yes, my husband is named Marlon Young. We say we're married. We've been together 8 or 9 years. He was a fighter pilot. He's a very gorgeous black man, well-known actor.
Oh, I love that.
Oh, gorgeous. And we've been together the best person I've ever met. Best man I've ever met. Supportive. He's a writer as well, and and John Legend is producing his movie.
Oh, wow. How exciting is that?
Amazing.
That is, congrats. That's so exciting.
Yeah. You would recognize him if you saw him. He's a character actor, and he's been on a gazillion commercials, and he was in Entourage and Larry David and all of that. He's one of those guys okay. You know what I mean? So.
Yes. Oh, so I love that. That's so good that you guys are together and that you do projects and everything else.
Yeah. I mean, we do produce together too. But I really was very, very determined to find this exact person. Later in life, that's fine, it's perfect. But I knew exactly what I wanted. I knew exactly what I didn't want. I'll tell you, for sure, at this age. But it's been, 8 years? How many years now? 8 years? 8 years. Yeah,
I think that's important. I think women have to know that. It's more important sometimes to know what you don't want, because
100% more. Oh, exactly right. Exactly right.
I know.
And be okay with being alone if that's the case.
Mm-hmm. It's true. I always say that, like with my ex-husband, we had an amazing family. He's a good person, but we had a horrible marriage. Mm-hmm. We just weren't, you know, he didn't accept me for who I am. He loved the idea of me, but I was too spontaneous, or I wanted too much, or, you know, whatever. I was delusional and everything else. So I wasn't for him. Where Joe is such a great support system, and he's a doll, and he's everything I've ever wanted. So
isn't that great? Doesn't that make you feel like you can go out in the world and really do your life?
Yes. I just love everything about it. He's spontaneous. He just goes with the flow. He puts up with, everybody's like, Joe, how do you do it? It's like Lexi's here. I have 2 other great women that work with me, young women. And it's like he's constantly with all this estrogen in the house. And
what's not to love?
What's not to love?
That's so cute girls. It doesn't get better than that.
It's so cute. You're like Gigi's my Lexi.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, that's what I thought. It's like it's just so great. Thanks, everybody.
We always ask, what is one moment that stands out in your life as the moment you really had to pull up your big girl panties?
There's so many moments. I would say the moment when I divorced my husband and left True Religion.
Yeah, I mean, that was a big turning point for you.
Yeah.
Well, that's because it's professional and personal all in one, like your whole life.
100%. Everything at one time.
Yeah. I mean, and that's scary. And that's a big deal. That's a big deal.
It's very scary.
Yes. So what is the one, because we say we're entrepreneurial, what is the one real piece of advice? Not like get a business plan but like a real life piece of advice you could give to everybody listening, women, everybody, that you need for business, that you feel like, that you felt is so real?
Only as good as your team. Get people on your team that have the same mission, the same passion, because if you think about what you do in a day, if you have other people doing everything how you need it to be run, there's no stopping us. I only hire women.
Yeah,
I actually wanted to say something else about, as far as women and relationships while we're working. It's very specific, and I think I put this in the book, and I think this is why my relationship now is so great, is I physically take off my work hat when the work is done. Or if you're raising kids, take off that work hat. It's hard, but if you can visualize that every day, then you can compartmentalize your relationship with your husband and your kids and, let's say, family, because everybody's really important. And the support team is as important as your business team. Very important.
It's true.
That's so important, because I think moms hold a lot of guilt when they're working. And I know I have a little son. And you do feel so guilty because when you work in our industries, it is like 24/7. You're in stores and you're thinking about concepts, and you pick up your phone and check an email. So I think that's such valuable advice.
Yeah, that's so good.
Always said, they always said that they saw me. I would be like, no phones at the dinner table. That's it. You talk about your day. You have time, and those relationships are really our core relationships. So they need to be nourished all the time. Different hats: mom hat, work hat, wife hat.
I agree. I've gotten so much better. Like, I don't have the phone out at dinner. When I go out to dinner with my husband, my son, I just want to be in the moment. And I think it's so hard for people to be in the moment. And so many people are on their phones. Even when I was filming this weekend, I don't like to be on my social media the whole time. Oh, look at me, a selfie. I hate that shit. And so many people do that constantly and aren't in the moment and are missing really special times. I mean, you're not going to get that back.
Well, being our age too, there was no social media. There was no social media when I started True Religion. There was no e-commerce.
No, you're right.
Wow.
We started with guerrilla marketing. I would go into stores. I would have friends wear it. I mean,
I remember my first pair of True Religions. I remember my friend Debbie Michaels, and I was so excited to get them.
Thank you for your purchase.
It's true. No, they're amazing. I was getting them all. I was buying them all the time. And they were like, listen, a high-end designer jean, we were blowing the wad on them, right? They were expensive, but you had to have them, and they were they fit great. Your butt looked amazing. Yeah.
So the reason for that, there's a reason for that. I designed these jeans for curvier women, and the seams in the front made you look even more narrow.
Tiny in the front. But yeah, I remember that.
The waist in the back was higher than the waist in the front. The knee went in, so when it flared, it gave a vision of the body. But the most important thing, skinny bitches can wear anything.
Yes, I know.
Those women that had at the time. So I was like, they're going to buy them. But the curvier women, so that's how it started, the J-Lo's and the Beyoncés and the women who really didn't have for that body shape.
It's true. That's why they fit so great. I mean, it was unbelievable.
They were. We have one other question that we asked, and the margin credits her success to being 50% delusional to 50% determined. So how would you say your percentages weigh up?
Oh God, 100% determined.
Oh, good. Ooh. No delusion. I agree, because you're so organized. You're very determined.
I have no delusion. I've done it too many times, and I'm very consistent. And there's no delusion. You shouldn't be delusional.
No, I always say, but as a little girl, I always say I was delusional, because I always said, if I don't believe my own line of shit, who else will?
True.
And that's how I got by.
Now.
Yeah, it's determined now. Yes,
True.
It's totally determined now. If someone says no to me, I'm like, fucking watch me. That's what's so important.
Well, I would say one more thing. I have a motto: not looking for a no, looking for a yes. You're going to get a lot of no's, but I'll tell you something. You are going to get that yes. Other one is, what is it? First to be first, not first to be second. Be the first one out. Be the first one to make something that nobody has done.
It's true. And by the way, that's not always easy. I always say that sounds so, the company we started, Macbeth, the first products we had, I don't know if you remember this. It was all over LA though. I don't know if you ever had it. They were called Macbeth buckets. There were these, I took these buckets and we would decoupage them, but they were monogrammed. They had stuff on them. We did them for Shabby Chic. They were in Fred Siegel. They were in every freaking store. Does that sound familiar to you at all?
Yes.
The buckets would say flip-flops.
They were in Auntie Barbara's.
They were in this store. Do you know the store Auntie Barbara's?
Of course I do.
We did everything for her. I started this company here, 1999. I started in 1999. We were no one had anything like this. There were these buckets.
No one.
We sold also all these markets in Malibu. I think Malibu Market did them as the food baskets. We did Dylan Candy Bar. I started this company. It was like a huge deal. And then people started knocking up, but no one made a product like this.
No.
And I was like, oh my God, I needed like stylish storage solutions for my kids' toys. So it's like, I'm going to do something where I'm going to monogram like his name on like metal buckets. And it was, but then, then everybody started knocking it off, making in China. We did Neiman Marcus. And then I was like, all right. And then I started licensing out in 2009.
But the thing is, wouldn't you rather them knock you off?
Yes.
You're the first one out.
Yeah, we were the first one out. And then the tell-all book is going to come out.
I've ever been on.
I know. This is so fun. This is like shooting the shit with our BFFs. I love it.
Seriously, it's like, this is so much fun.
Yes, I know. I feel like I've learned so much. I know. I can't wait to be together in person. Tell everybody where to find you.
Well, it's styleunionhome.com, pretty much, and Kym Gold. I mean, it's on Instagram.
Kym Gold on Instagram. Okay, good. I want everybody to follow you. Obsessed.
Style Union Home. Everybody needs to get something from Style. They need a dog bowl. Everybody needs a pet bowl.
Yeah, I agree. Yes. I'm going to get for Bella, my dog. She's adorable. She's
a dog.
She's passed out. She's so cute. Bella.
She's passed out. Oh my God.
She's very cute. What kind of dog do you have?
There she is, a little Bella.
That was my nickname, actually, growing
up. That's so cute. I love her. She was just napping. She's little.
She needs a little white one.
Yes, she does.
I have a German Shepherd and I have a Portuguese water dog.
Oh my God. So nice. Yeah, you figured it was Joe's allergic, so I had to get a hypoallergenic to it, but I love her.
Same here.
I'm so obsessed with her. She's like my whole life in one little package. I mean, because all the kids are up and out of the house, so when they're not home, who else, between me, Joe, and my girls, and I'm like obsessed with her. I'll get her a bowl. She needs a bowl. We woke her up from a nap. Well, I love this. Give my love to Gigi. I can't wait to be together. I know. Thank you so much. You're so great. So nice. Thank you so much for coming on.
There we go. Our new best friend.
Our new best friend, Kym Gold.
I mean, that was such an inspiring conversation. Again. From another power playing woman who does not mess around.
I think, what's so important? She started another company when she's in her 40s. She's done endless companies. And it's true. Once you do something once, you could do anything.
Yes.
She produces shows. She does houses, staged houses. She started Style Union, raised 3 sons. She's done everything.
And listen, there's many opportunities, I would say, also in her life that you could doubt yourself. Like, first of all, you're married to someone like Mark Burnett, who, you know, you're married for 5 years, and then he becomes wildly successful, changes pop culture for the rest of history. You could be like, oh shit, what did I do? You know, and then you get
she starts
this
to religion,
crazy divorce.
Sold for $835 million. That's impressive.
Very impressive. But again, like you served a crazy thing. Something's done to you. That could knock the wind out of your sails. You're a single mom. That could crush you. But no, it's like, what's next? Keep moving. Keep the momentum. You've done it once. You could do it again.
Exactly. And I love that she says, it's just like, it's not for the money, people. So, you know, it's for the passion. She has plenty of money, but she keeps on driving forward because she has a purpose.
Yeah.
And
it really was a great episode. So don't forget, tune in every Wednesday on YouTube and Apple and Spotify, wherever you get your playlist fix. And it's at Cover Your Dreams Tuna Fish Budget on Instagram and YouTube, and at The Real Margaret Joseph.
yes, follow me at The Real Margaret Josephs as opposed to the fake one.
And me at The Life of Mrs. B. And we will see you again next week.
See you next week.
Keep dreaming.